So in the previous video, I walked you through taking the recorded sermon from Audacity and exporting out an MP3 file, which we have here. And now that we have a file ready for upload, this video is going to walk you through how to get this file up to the web and then adding that sermon to the website. So to do that, to get this file up to the web server, we're going to use what's called FTP, or File Transfer Protocol, and the program we're going to use is called FileZilla. It's this little, at the bottom here, a little FZ icon. It could be here, or it could be up here on your desktop. If it's not on either of those places, you can spell it out, FileZilla, and then click on it in here. So all of the credentials should already be loaded into the FileZilla at the church. And to connect, you just use this little drop down right here. And you'll probably only have the one. It will say BFCN or Bangor NAS or something along those lines. So just click on that and it will start connecting. And then in this pane over here, you'll see all of the files on the web server. So the files that make up the website, what the public sees, all come from this folder here, public.html. So we'll go into that. And because we're running WordPress as our platform for our website, everything starts with WP. You know you're in the right place. So we're going to go into content and then double click into uploads. And then into sermon audio. And as you can see, here's all of the previous sermons that have already been loaded. And there's a couple of ways that we can get this file from the computer through FileZilla to the web server. And that's by just simply clicking here and dragging it in. Or in this other pane, you can navigate to wherever the file is, which I have in my music, and click and drag this direction. And you can do this if you're downloading. If you want to copy one of these, you can go the other direction as well. Now when I'm working on this stuff, I normally already have this open. I almost never bother with this, but it really doesn't make a difference. But I'm going to do it the way I normally do from here. Just click and drag. As soon as you let go, it'll start the uploading process. And depending on the size of the file and speed of your internet, this could take a little while or not. So while that's churning, we're going to go to the front end of the website. So at bangornas.org. As soon as you get there, we'll, come on, there we go. We'll add /WP admin. That will get you to the login screen right here. Now I'm going to use my login, but there is actually a sound user, actually called sound. And it should already be saved on the church computer. If not, there is a file there that has the password as well. So just go ahead and log in. Okay. Once we're in the back end here, we'll go to sermons. And here are the sermons. And there's two ways of doing this. You can actually hit add new and fill it all out from scratch. But the easier way is to actually go and hit clone. I have a plugin here that allows us to clone, posts or sermons or whatever. And what it will do is, as soon as you click on that, it will take a few seconds and then create an exact copy. It'll set it to a draft so it's not live. And then that allows us to go into edit and we can change everything that's in there. So this is an exact duplicate. So all we have to do is go in there and change things like the title. I know this one's called The Resurrection Life Part 1. And that little sound was FileZilla letting us know that the transfer has completed. So here's the file. This is another opportunity for me to kind of harp on naming your files in this way. I think this really is the best way, because whether it's you're sorting by ascending or descending, it's going to sort first by year, month, day, and then by title, and then by speaker. And I think this is just the easiest way to keep things organized. And actually, I've just noticed that this is resurrected, and it's supposed to be resurrection. That's fine. If we can double click real slow, like click, then click, take it in here. There we go. Let's make them match. Okay. And that's pretty much all we needed FileZilla for, is just to get that file up there. So we can minimize that. We'll get back to this. So we've replaced the title with what we're actually on. I wouldn't worry about changing this banner. This is actually, let me go to the front end. This image here is this image here, and all that does is just give us a nice background so we can actually read these breadcrumbs here. If that image wasn't there, I think it'd be like white on almost white. It'd be pretty much invisible. So you can always change that if you want. I'm not going to bother. Let's see. What we're really interested here is the audio, and there's two ways of doing this. You can upload it and actually have it in the WordPress platform, which I would not recommend. Actually, I can show you why. So in FileZilla, we'll go back out to uploads. Now these that have the year, folders that have the year, this is where your media library, because if you go by upload, it's going to put that MP3 in the media library, which is up here. And the way that that sorts is by year and month. If I click into here, you'll see the months. Year and month of the time you put that file in there. So if you ever need to go back and find a certain file of a sermon, you'd have to go, unless you knew exactly where it was or when you loaded it, you'd have to go searching through all of these files. That's why I think it's better to have them all in one folder. You always know where they are. Okay, so we're going to go by URL, and you input the URL right here. Copy this, and actually I already have it here. Paste that. So this is the original one, or the one that we cloned. So we need to replace the file name with ours. But you can see it's bangornaz.org, WP content, uploads, and sermon audio, exactly where we were in FileZilla. So we need the new, just copy that and put that in there, and then we will copy the whole thing. By the way, this program is Brackets. I do have that loaded on the church computer. It's just a text editor. You could use any text editor. You could use Word. It really doesn't matter. I just find it easier to see everything and make sure I have the whole thing from the HTTP all the way to the MP3. So we'll copy that. And actually we can delete that one and then paste this one in there. We don't need to worry about any of this. You don't even really need to worry about author, because the author doesn't show up on the front end anywhere, as you can see. But what does show up is the speaker, and it looks like the last one was Mark Stanford, so we don't have to change that. But you could change it to whoever, or you could add a new one. And then last, we need to change the category. I don't know if this one actually falls, I don't know if this one actually falls into prayer, but probably not. I know it is a part of a series, and you can have one, or you can have all of these. It doesn't really matter. You can have as many categories assigned to a sermon as you like. So if we go here to sermons, it's just this stuff here. It just helps people find the sermon they want. It gives them a way to filter through. If not, you just have this long list. And sometimes, joy might be on joy, but it might also be on giving or something like that. So it just helps people, if they're looking for a certain sermon on a topic, or they're trying to find one that they can't remember the title of, this is where this comes in handy. And as you can see right now, series is not in there because there are no sermons assigned to series yet. So this is only going to show categories in here that have actually been checked and then published. So that's pretty much it. You can add in a description if you have one. There's a place for notes. There's all kinds of stuff you can add. I don't have any of that information, so for now I'm just going to keep it blank. But we can always go back in and edit this and then update it. So let's go ahead and hit publish. And you'll see this change once that's published, because now you have the Resurrection Life here instead of like this one just says, the post number and a preview. If we refresh this, it'll actually say the Resurrection Life Part 1. And we should be able to press play and hear it.
So we've concluded the book of Mark, and we ended on the note of the resurrection, and
But we know that's all working, and that's all there is to adding a sermon to the website.